guys, today we're talking about a very good product. A lot of people love these things. This is the Jetboil Flash. Now this one, it's a very cool red color. Another cool feature about this one is this insulator. It's going to keep the stuff in it warmer than if it didn't have it, if it's just straight metal. And also this is a very cool feature because when the liquid starts to get really hot, this is going to start to turn bright yellow. That way you know it's getting warm enough. Now this particular one is Nate's. It's kind of his little child, so I'm going to let him take over from here.
Alright, so this is the Jetboil Flash. The Jetboil has other cooking stoves. There's the Zip, which is downgraded this. It doesn't have an ignition switch. There is the Minimo, which is a little bigger. This thing can hold, I think it said, let me see,
32 ounces of water.
32 ounces of water. The Minimo will probably double that because it's a lot bigger. It's more of a bowl than an actual cup. But this is some of the stuff I've bought accessories wise. But you can see how compact this is. This is a cup. It also protects your little flex ring and your burner whenever it's hot. You just put that on there and you can't touch it and get burnt. Start pulling stuff out. This is kind of your stabilizer for your propane tanks. You set that down on the table, and then this stuff will all sit on top of it. Because this is scalding hot water once it's boiled, so you don't want it to flip and get on you. People have been burned, I'm sure. This is the actual stove part. You hook this to a propane tank. It's just threaded, you swirl it on there. And this is actually, I would say, your temperature gauge and kind of like how much propane and stuff you pour out. So this is that.
Why don't you zoom in and let him light it, DJ, so you can see it. So he went ahead and opened it. Now he's going to hit that igniter. Can you see the flame on there? It's got a very light flame even when it's starting to get dark like this.
But it is hot, so it'll do the cooking.
You can't tell, but the flame was coming to like right here.
But the thing I do like about the Flash, it does have the ignition switch, so that's kind of why I purchased the Flash. But this is how your cup sets up. It's got little slits in it and hooks together, so that way it won't tip and stuff easy. It stays on there. Your flex ring, it helps like point where you want your heat, which is the center of your cup. This is an accessory I've bought for pans. You put it on top of your burner, so you convert your burner into a little stove for your pots and pans.
So you don't have to have a pot like this that's exclusive to Jetboil.
Yeah.
You can use any pot or pan from home.
So if you need more of a bowl to heat up soups or something, you have a pot or a pan. Jetboil makes pans. But you can see this is a mini propane tank. It's 100. And then it goes 320, and then it goes 400. So this is the bigger one. This one won't fit in there, just the smaller ones. I think the next upgrade of this one would. So pretty compact, really light. Also, this stove is quiet. Some of the alcohol stoves and stuff are really, really hot to the touch and everything. This won't burn you. It's super quiet. I think we're going to do the water test for you also. So we'll get back to that.
Alright guys, so now we're going to do the boil test. And we kind of got it zoomed right here so you can see this start to turn yellow when it's getting hot.
This is the sensor.
We got exactly 2 cups in here. Our timer right here. So Nate, if you want to go ahead and start, light it up.
And go.
Here we go.
So this ain't full blast. This is kind of in the center, in the middle. So you can turn it full blast, but it should take about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what the packaging says.
So
Nate's the kind of guy that keeps the packaging like 10 years down the road. So we're at 30 seconds. He turned it up a little bit. I have a stove. It's a really old propane stove that's like a stovetop burner that goes on one of those giant old propane cylinders. That thing takes like 7 minutes. That thing takes like 7 minutes to boil water. So it's pretty impressive that a small burner like this can heat up the water in like 2 minutes. So we're at a minute. We're at a minute right now.
But as you can see, it's not too wobbly, not too shaky. I mean, I'm sure you could flip it if you wanted to, but
yeah, those feet help a lot. Okay.
I can kind of see some orange action showing up.
Yeah, if you'll notice right here, towards the bottom, it's starting to turn yellow. Can you see that on the screen, DJ?
So yeah. A minute and a half.
Starting to get there. Starting to see a little bit more right here.
And I can see steam kind of coming out the top, so. And up here, the orange bar, that's probably the hottest. That's probably too hot to actually drink if you're making coffee or something, so you probably want this middle bar if you want to drink coffee or something.
Okay, so we're at 2 minutes. Nate, if you want to go ahead and take the top off, see if it's boiling. Be careful. Not quite boiling. We got a lot of bubbles in there, but it's not really rolling yet. But as you guys can see, this thing is really getting yellow. Can you still see the stopwatch all right? Okay.
So we hit 2 minutes.
Check it out. I think it's boiling.
And
yeah,
she is boiling.
Minute and a half. Almost exactly. It's boiling pretty good.
You do want to make sure that you do turn it off once it does hit somewhere in here, because you don't want it to boil over, because I'm sure with scalding water shooting out somewhere, I don't think you want to stick your hand over here and mess with your gauge. Pretty risky, so you want to make sure it don't shoot out and blow off your lid like a rocket.
Was it this stove, or was it when was it? Like one time when we were camping, when you just poured that boiling hot water over your hand.
It was this one.
So you guys gotta be safe. This thing's supposed to be dummy proof, and he even got burned. He's the smartest one out of us.
But so you can see, I can take it off right here. It's not hot anywhere. The lid's not. I'm sure this metal flux ring is.
You definitely don't want to touch that, but as you can see, he's putting on the protective cap.
There's nowhere you can get burned, other than this water that could splash you or something.
And now you can put your coffee in there and have a delicious beverage. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Sorry you didn't have one last week. We pre-recorded it a few weekends ago, and then once I went to edit it, the files were corrupted, so we couldn't really film another one because it was my finals week. You guys had testing going on. So we just wanted to do a simple review of a good product that we both like. It's a little bit pricey. How much did you pay, Nate?
I paid $130 for this. It's a Java kit. The normal Flash is $100. I think it's $99.99. So
yeah, he paid for one that had a little bit more features, but he read a few of them. There's a few options. I would just do your research. In the description below, we're gonna actually put a link to the website for this actual kit right here. So if you guys want to purchase one like this, you guys can check that out. So that's it, guys. Have a good week, and don't forget to stay outside.